All right, cool. So I got that. All right.
I came down to the inauguration because I was following a lot of the conspiracies on the internet. I was following Q, and not really decoding my own drops, but I was doing my own investigating, reading the Federalist Papers, understanding what the PEAD was. It's the Presidential Emergency Act Diplomacy. Sounds good, right? Yeah. Sounds real good. And so I kind of was hoping that helicopters were going to come out of the sky and scoop everybody up, because I think there really is something shadow people pulling the strings of our government.
Yeah. So, I mean, my experience has been always the big corporations. So
because nobody wants to look bad, especially when you're doing bad stuff. I don't want to look bad, especially when I'm doing bad stuff. But I'm white trash, and you should stay back, because 6 feet at least, because it's contagious. All right. And in my research, Bill Gates has money in everything. He has donations or partnerships in every single vaccine. And then we have to look at the CCP, not so much the Chinese people, but the CCP themselves. They are afraid of how they look bad, and the Chinese people are great with hushing things up. I mean CCP people.
Yeah.
FedEx and Amazon, why they would cover up COVID is because they realize that it's probably just a cold for a certain amount of people. There are some people in the percentage range that may perish. But if we go back, and I'm sorry to add in my conspiracy theories, but if we actually go look at the numbers of pneumonia and flu and the death rates of them in 2020 alone compared to 2019, 2018, 2017, I mean, you're talking about a couple 100,000 people that haven't died from pneumonia or flu in 2020 alone, but then we added those numbers to COVID. So I could see the billionaires who have the strings saying, hey, let's keep open because everything else is shut down and we're banking.
Yeah. Do you think everyone else in America has had enough? What are the effects that you think COVID's had on them?
Okay, so I work in the social work field outside of Philadelphia. And for myself and a lot of the people that are clients under me, it seems that if your brain is not getting the stimulation that it needs, it's going to create it itself. Whether you start talking to the walls or the walls get closer and they start talking to you. You hear ding, ding from my iPhone, and then the same ding goes to my computer. Just a thought of that sound, and that's what it's done to me, because I have nobody to turn to. There's no coworkers. There's nobody physically to associate with. Oh my gosh, today is driving me crazy, and there's nobody. It's just me in my basement, sitting in front of a green screen waiting for a Zoom call.
Do you think that helps fuel the Q conspiracy, the people we saw on January 6th?
Okay, so a lot of how I figured out how Q came about was because of COVID. I was locked in my house, and then I was sitting on YouTube just searching through things, and I discovered Epoch Times. Then the Epoch Times started covering the coronavirus. And then I started understanding Donald Trump. And then I was like, wait a minute, are these people really weird? Because all these things that have always gone on the news have never made sense to me. And then I started doing my own due diligence on what these people are really about. And it's, yes, COVID has sent my mind in a haystorm. I'm surprised I'm not committed. That's the truth too.
Nice, I feel you. I mean, same way here.
Yeah.
So did work dry up during COVID?
Oh gosh, yeah. I'm clients who were my best clients. They won't pick up the phone because they want the physical social interaction, and people have cursed at me. But I work with people with mental health issues, so for me not to come out and support her with groceries, sent her off, and she called me a pussy 20 times in a row. and I had to sit there. I'm not allowed to hang up on her. Can't hang up on her. She has mental health issues, so if I hang up on her, that could send her into a detrimental state, maybe, and then she could lead to hurting herself. So I just took it. It's affecting people a lot. People who didn't hear voices before are now hearing voices. But I work in the mental health field, and they already had the pre-diagnosis of schizophrenia, but without voices, but now because when your brain doesn't have the activity that it needs, it's going to create the activity that it wants.
And how's your trip down here from Philly?
Oh gosh, my trip down here was it's actually okay. I took the train. I took Amtrak. My ticket was $42, which really wasn't that bad coming from Philadelphia, because if you figure the gas and the tolls, maybe would be around the same. And then the parking, and then coming through here, it was weird to see the wood. I mean, I saw it the last time I was here, but just for it to just be set in my mind that all the businesses are just lined with wood, and then you couldn't even walk down some streets because there was a National Guardsman every 5 feet. And I walked as close to that fence as possible because I like to poke the bear. I just like, come on, bear, you gonna touch me back? But no, the bear didn't poke back. I would say it would be people in power panicking, especially that's why I believe they silenced Donald Trump on Twitter, is because they felt that, oh my gosh, they really might burn this place to the ground. Okay, is it a good thing that they silenced Donald Trump? Yes, only because it would prove his point that a tyrant system's taking over.
Or more like a socialism for the rich.
Yeah, we're already there.
Yeah.
We're already there. There's businesses in Philadelphia that will never open again. There's people that will never be able to recover from the bank loan. That is capitalism at its finest. Because people they do go down, but when you force people to go down, they don't go down because they have bad advertisement, bad customer service.
They go down just because it's fate. Because
God, okay,
the powers that be decide for them.
No, you're absolutely right, because even though I said I've gone crazy during this whole COVID, I've found a piece of myself during this whole thing. So maybe they have to find a new piece of themselves. That was the original Constitution, was to care for the people at the bottom of the period.
What the fuck you don't give my mother?
Thank you, sir.
I bang your big puffy head.